Hey everyone, are you having a good time? Right, lots to talk about today. Hopefully you can all bear with me, but I've got a lot of exciting things to bring to light. Sui has had a phenomenal year. I don't know who is here. Who is here at Mainnet? Put your hand up if you're at Mainnet. This is less than a year away. In less than a year, Sui has done things that we just never could have imagined. I think we're very excited about the size of our community and the ever-growing nature of it. We're excited about what people are building. We've had the most amount of transactions in a single day of any single blockchain. No outage, no delays, no failed transactions. We've had TVL that's been growing at a rapid rate, and we're having partners that are joining every single day. I think if you take a look around you, you can see the buzz, you can see the excitement that everybody has. We couldn't be more pleased at the progress that we're making. As Evan said, we're only 1% complete. Talking about DeFi, Sui isn't only about gaming. We're focused on gaming, digital commerce, and finance. DeFi is growing at a rapid rate. We believe Sui will be the best place to trade. And it's so evident. We're already seeing protocols who are choosing to migrate from pre-existing chains to Sui and are becoming 20 times more profitable as a result. We think the low latency and a fast finality that Sui offers, and just the PTB, the programmable nature of transactions in Sui, are going to give new financial primitives that have never existed before. Sui has gone from 0 to over 700 million TVL in less than 9 months. We have over 9 million active wallets, and there are over 3 billion transactions that have happened. That's more transactions than Bitcoin has done in its entire lifetime. We did that within 7 months of a protocol being live. More than 55% of bridged assets that are coming from Ethereum are going over to Sui. So Sui is seeing phenomenal capital inflow and phenomenal trust gained from the ecosystems abroad. Now, Sui is very well known, table stakes to be very fast. We've benchmarked Sui to allow you to do over 297 peer-to-peer payments at a time, 297,000 peer-to-peer payments at a time. That is orders of magnitude faster than any other chain that exists today. Sui has zero downtime, literally zero downtime, zero attacks, 100% uptime. Now, we hope that stays the same forever. We have a phenomenal team who are very, very careful about what we build, but also we bring enterprise scale, Facebook scale, Google scale DevOps, and site reliability directly to the ecosystem. So if you've seen what we've done in maintaining the chain's performance, maintaining the chain's ability to process transactions, we've never had an issue with the network. It's always been up and running. We have industry-leading latency. I think at Mainnet now, you're reaching an average of about 400 milliseconds for latency. That is going to get a lot lower. Dimitri will be telling you about a new upcoming update to Sui that is going to take latency from 400 milliseconds way down to a record-breaking number. I don't want to spoil his talk, but I think you should stay around and make sure you catch what Dimitri has to talk about. We also have phenomenal partners in the Sui ecosystem. Many of them in the back there are presenting today. I think we have at least 10 of our partners, amongst them Playtron, NHN, Lucky Cat Studios, you name it. We have phenomenal partners all around the world they go wherever we go, but I think more than anything, they also see the excitement that you have for the ecosystem. And they've chosen to build in Sui because they believe the things that they're trying to do is just simply not possible on other chains. But more importantly, we share a common vision of what we want to achieve in the world of decentralized assets and finance and gaming as a whole. Now, why are gaming companies choosing to build on Sui? And why is Sui important as a whole for gaming? Why is gaming very important for us as a company? Overall, if you look at the amount of money being spent in games, it's way more money than there is in filmed entertainment and also recorded music. Gaming is up there. In fact, if you added those two elements of entertainment together, recorded movies and also music, it doesn't even compare. Gaming trumps those categories entirely. Separately, there are over 3.3 billion people gaming in the world. There are only 40 million crypto wallets. I highly contest that 40 million number, actually. I don't really believe it's real. There are 3.3 billion gamers in the world and 40 million alleged crypto wallets in the world. That is a significant gap. If we look at ecosystems, Roblox, Minecraft, Fortnite, these games have way more DAUs, MAUs than crypto as a whole. It's not even a drop in the bucket where crypto is today. Gaming trumps them all. We believe that if we can bring in a mass market of gaming into Web3, we can basically bring more users into the ecosystem that can benefit overall from the advantages of digital ownership than focusing on a very, very small market. We're very, very passionate about that. I want to share a bit more about that with you today. We ultimately believe gaming is going to bring DeFi to the masses, right? Today, there are very early adopters who are focused on DeFi who would go to one of our protocols, Turbos, Cetus, Navi, you name it, you participate because you are very well educated. You know exactly what you're trying to achieve. But I think for the mass market, how do we bring the next billion users to benefit from the world of DeFi and the benefit that the financial freedom that it offers you? We think gaming is that window. It would be amazing if you're playing a game and you want to swap a token from one game to another and do that seamlessly. You do not need to know what protocol it goes through. You just need to know that you have ability to settle assets and receive fiat or receive some other beneficial currency at the same time. So we believe there will be a world where you have gamers, you have marketplaces, you have DeFi, and you have a central, a global liquidity layer, which we call Deep Book. We believe that world is very, very fast approaching. So we think DeFi will grow as a result of bringing billions of gamers directly into Web3. Why are game companies choosing Sui? What is it about Sui that is really exciting game developers to choose to build directly on this platform? It is the right choice for gaming because of all the benefits, the table stakes, which we do very, very well. We have fast finality, low cost. We have great composability. There are things that they could just build in the world. The way how they imagine assets is so natural in a way that Sui allows them to express it. Sui is the lowest cost chain for storing assets as well. It gives them flexibility that they just couldn't afford themselves on other platforms. The asset-centric nature or the object-centric nature of Sui gives them a capability that they just did not have. Namely, we have the ability to nest objects. You can have objects that own other objects as a result and build really complex hierarchical data structures that simply you'd expect to be able to build in traditional programming languages. You have dynamic NFTs. Why should an NFT simply be a storage, a record of ownership, and a link to a file in IPFS? That's insane. What am I buying? What asset do I really own at that point? On Sui, we have projects who store entire images, 4K images on Sui directly. They store all the rich history and the data regarding that asset on chain. So if I take a sword and I swap it for another sword, all the history is relayed directly on chain. No need to burn assets and transfer assets and lose all elements of history. I think these are the sort of things that are driving gamers to Sui on a day-by-day basis. Seamless UX. We have invented a technology called ZK Login. ZK Login allows any user to log into Web3 simply using a standard Web2 account. So Google, Facebook, Face ID, you name it, any form of ID that you have in a Web2 world, we're enabling users to onboard into Web3 using that same mechanism for engaging. And no need to think about gas, no need to think about transaction cost. All that is hidden away from day-to-day users. And finally, royalty enforcement. We actually believe what was done by multiple NFT marketplaces was a result of is almost a rug pull on creators as a whole. You promised me that Web3 is going to give me royalty enforcement. You promised me I'm going to get to own my own asset and program the rules. You promised me I can move from Web2 to Web3 and get all these amazing benefits only to pull it under my feet whenever your marketplace wasn't making any money. We think royalty enforcement is going to be an empirical part of what you need to actually build digital economies at scale. Sui enables that. As a creator, I can set my rules, and they're enforced by the contract, not by consensus of marketplaces, but by the code directly written by the designer as a whole. So whether I want to have a hard enforcement on royalties or I want to have a soft enforcement on royalties, it is my decision as a developer. And having those choices as a creator is paramount to me deciding whether to store my content on platform A or platform B. We think you cannot have a world where that isn't the reality. So also, Sui gives gamers the performance you need. We've already proven Sui can do over close to 300,000 P2P transactions per second. Scalability. We released a paper recently that shows that you add 8 times the hardware, you have 8 times the throughput. Only Sui can do that. 8 times the hardware, 8 times the throughput. Elastic scalability, and 0 increase in latency. This is kind of the infrastructure that you expect to build in the biggest companies in the world. We're bringing that expertise to Web3. We think Web3 has so long been focused on question on max TPS and throughput. These things are table stakes. We've already solved those problems. 450 milliseconds end-to-end latency, and I mentioned earlier that Dimitri, our head of engineering, is going to explain how we've taken that latency number significantly lower. In fact, some websites, I was speaking this morning, some websites do not load as fast as end-to-end latency on Sui. Now, gas on Sui is incredibly low as well. To mint 1 million NFTs, it's about $400 odd on Sui. In fact, if you burn that NFT, you get some money back as a whole, due to the storage economics that's been designed carefully by Alonso and the team. Compare that with other chains. Orders of magnitude more expensive to store data. And by the way, this is an unfair comparison. We're talking about storing actual objects on Sui versus storing nothing more than a record of ownership and a link to IPFS and other chains. So real composable objects on Sui blockchain versus record of ownership and links elsewhere. I think it's very, very clear why millions of people ultimately can benefit now from real asset ownership and the real history that it affords. And we think Sui is poised to bring thousands of developers, if not hundreds of thousands of developers, just because of these benefits alone. So we think gaming has a big, bright future in Web3. So we had the 2017 ICO boom and bust. We believe 2024 is the year for gaming. We think a lot of investments have been made in games since the 2000s, and it takes a long time to build really good games. And we believe this year will be the day you start to see really great games come into the ecosystem. There are over 50 games that are going to be coming onto Sui platform as a whole, and these are fun games. These are not Web3-ish games. I think the most important thing is there should be no distinction between a Web3 game and a Web2 game. They're just games. It's just now the element of ownership and asset ownership and self-sovereignty is afforded to the user directly. And for us in 2030, we truly believe that by that time, everyone will have some form of wallet where ownership is something that they deal with on a day-by-day basis. We went from a world where you have multiple approvals, which is painful. Imagine playing a game and every time you do a move, you have to sign a transaction, to a world of ZK login, where you simply sign in with any account you already have. You have a fully self-custodial account, and you can start playing instantly. No worry about gas, no worry about costs. Simply Web2 type of engagement at scale. Question is, how do we take gaming on Sui to the next level? I want to really announce something very exciting today. I think a lot of people actually at Mysten Labs and Sui Foundation are actually unaware of this project. But we want to talk about how we take Sui and the Sui ecosystem to the next level in the world of gaming. We have a big surprise. Now, tell me you're not excited about that. I think we're about to change the world of gaming forever in the world of Web3, and I think the Sui Plays 0x1 is a first foray into making that an absolute reality. We couldn't be more pleased. Sui Plays 0x1 is a world's first gaming handheld powered by Sui and Playtron, with full ownership embedded directly, the ability to have full ownership directly embedded in the operating system layer. So you'll be able to play Web 2 games and Web 3 games, play standard Windows games and existing Web 3 games with full element of ownership directly embedded. Now, I think that's a world that opens up new ranges of possibilities that were never possible before. Sui Play 0x1 as OS-level integration with ZK login and many crypto primitives, asset ownership and royalty enforcement directly built into the system directly. It can play Sui games and existing Windows games. Not only would you be playing your Sui-based games that are developed by our partners, but your existing games, League of Legends, World of Warcraft, you'll be able to play that directly on Sui Play 0x1. You would be able to bring assets from existing ecosystems with a bridge directly built. So you can bring your Solana assets, your Ethereum assets, but you benefit from the low cost of gas and dynamic assets that Sui affords. So go from a world of flat 1D, one-dimensional assets to 3D assets in Sui, where you have real history, real royalty enforcement, real lore, direct images stored on chain. Start to customize your assets in real time and start to see those realized directly on a blockchain that has the scale where others simply don't. I want to take some time to actually bring on someone who's very special. His name is Kurt McMaster. He's actually the master, working with us on the Sui Play 0x1 and Playtron device. Kurt, come on up.
Hello. Hey. Hey guys, thanks for coming. So just a little background on Playtron. So this device is a Steam Deck class device, right? We'll have more details on the APU, et cetera, probably in a few months. Just to give you guys a little background on Playtron, a few startups ago, I had a company, an operating system company, I had a few hundred people on my team. My co-founder built Android to about 1 billion users at Google, so we have a lot of experience with OS and big-time gamers. When the Steam Deck came out 2 years ago, we realized that Valve had done something really magic. They were able to abstract the $50 billion gaming ecosystem from Windows and recontextualize it into their own operating system, SteamOS. And we looked at that and we said, hey, we can do that, but we can open it up. We can have Steam games, Epic games, GOG games, all of your PC games inside of a new operating system called Playtron. But more importantly, when we met the Sui guys, we realized that their wallet was as simple and easy to use and as one click as Apple Pay. So why not integrate that intelligent wallet, and why not allow Web3 games for the very first time to have a first-class citizenship in essentially a gaming console? And this is what brought this partnership together. What's exciting to us is we believe that this handheld form factor has about at least a 200 million unit volume over the next decade. And we think this is just beginning, and we're super excited to be collaborating with Sui. We have a booth out back. If you guys want to know more, come on by, and let's make it happen. Web3's iPhone moment is not an iPhone.
Thank you. Thanks, Kurt. So today we're opening up the waitlist for the device. You're first to see it. Go ahead, sign up for the waitlist. There'll be a lot that we'll be sharing over the next coming weeks and months about the device and the titles and all the integrations that will be coming along with it. I think the important thing to state is Playtron is doing a remarkable job in building out an amazing operating system that will not only sit within the Sui Play 0x1, but set-top boxes. So wherever Playtron OSs go, in mobile phones, in set-top boxes around the world, there will be a Sui account in every single one of these devices. So I think Sui will be the first to actually crack the issue of billions of users, because we built the primitives that actually enables everybody to participate in Web3 in a non-friction, easy to use, easy to understand, non-complicated way. We're very excited about that. And that's all we have for you. Thank you. Actually, wait. There is actually one more thing. I think, can you all take a look under your seats, reach under your seats, you'll find an envelope. If you're not sitting down, sorry, there'll be other things I'll explain in a moment. There should be an envelope directly underneath your seats. Actually, Kurt, do you mind taking this off my hands? Or someone take this off my hands? So we talked to you about really easy-to-use ecosystems, really easy-to-use primitives that brings millions of people to Web3. Under your seat, there is a device. There is an NFC card, just like this. If you take that card and you reach for your mobile phone, I don't have mine in my pocket, I think someone has it, you tap it on top of your mobile phone. And then that would take you to a ZK Send link where you can claim Sui. In fact, I believe it's between 50 Sui to 200 worth of Sui that you claim. That should pay for your entry to the conference. But I think what we want to showcase is the fact that from now on, there will be a world where effectively the ability to claim, own, transfer, send, engage with crypto will be non-invasive. Sign in with your Google account, ZK login account, and you're basically free to start going. No need to worry about wallets and complicated crypto schemes moving forward. Hope you all enjoy the rest of the conference. Thank you.